Yeah, I'll share my
Your
screen.
screen.
Can you see my screen? Say
Yeah,
fraud.
I can see
Teacher,
it. Yeah.
You know that it's not allowed for you to enter as a guest. So log out from the guest account and enter from your team's account. Okay?
teacher,
Yes, Hatibi?
I chose the picture of my team, but every session, every other session, I appear in it, but only in this session, in
Oh,
your session, I just appear in this picture while I change it.
well, for me, it's a SpongeBob. The last session, Ali. The
No,
quiz is the last session.
no, okay.
Okay, that's your
No,
forum. Okay. This is the one you chose.
no, I chose another one. I
Okay.
like,
So log out from your account and enter again. But do you still remember the password?
yes.
Okay, so log in and log out and log in again, and everything is gonna be set. So let's go to the mailbox.
Good Thursday, teacher.
Hello, Muhammad. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and it's a good weather. What's a Thursday, people?
It's a beautiful weather, actually. I hope
Yeah,
that I can go out today.
yeah, me too. But
Yes, perhaps we can meet like in Thumama, Wadi Namar.
Mama,
Thumama. You don't go to Thumama?
of course we go, teacher. But
Okay, let's
since
meet.
it's Thursday and every single humanity in the species in the will go to Mama, so that's why we
Algerian
can't.
people go to Thumama. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
Where is Nawaf? Nawaf, Nawaf, Nawaf. Yeah, Nawaf al-Ballah, Social Studies. And Nawaf Thamir al-Ballah, English 493. Okay, Nawaf, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
All right, please make a hurry, and I hope that it's not copied from Wikipedia. The same one that Muhammad has presented and Ali has presented. The Milky Way, Galaxy, Mercury, Venus. Uh, I like that you are really, really, really smart by just typing solar system, BBT, and bingo, here you go. What do you see, Muhammad? What shall we do? Faleh? Mr. Muhammad Al-Faleh, hello. And you got the idea and the power to write your name on it. So, stolen and your name on it. Great. What about the other one? Hmm. If you typed in your resources, I'll give you the mark. If you did not type the resource, I'm gonna kill you. Ah, here is the resources. Nawaf, you have really destroyed the whole meaning of the project. We are making the project so that you can do it yourself, so that you can understand, so that it can give you a widen or a gap that you can understand from it. But just by copying it online or just taking it ready online, that's very, very bad. Khalid Al Khalifa, for example, I believe Khalid Al Khalifa made a project and his project was just one page and it included grammatical mistakes. Yet he wrote it himself. That's the whole idea behind the project. I know that you are too lazy to do that, and but you need to do your project yourself. Guys, do not copy the project. Mr. Fawaz, say Fradi wants to enter as guest. Mr. Fawaz, can you hear us?
Yes, teacher.
Safe, it's not allowed to enter as a guest.
Teacher, I did in my phone this. I joined that guest. How is joining me
This is
guest?
guest. No, this is a guest account. So do not
I'm joining,
not
not
press.
guest. I did it.
Do
I
not
did it.
press. Hey, Safe. Do not
Yes.
press join in. Press sign in before you
Okay.
press join in. Okay, sign in, enter the account and the password sent to you by the administration, and enter as the team's member. So please open your books, page 59. Adjectival clauses. So in today's session, I will speak about the adjectival clauses. So we have already studied the adjective, and we know that any adjective is being used in order to identify a noun, to modify a noun, or to give us extra information about any noun. So the adjectival clause we are speaking about, or the adjective clause, it's called a subordinate clause. Can you remind me what is the meaning of a subordinate clause? Grade 8, are you still with me? Grade 8, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the meaning of the subordinate clause? Safe, where is your account?
Teacher, I'm joining my account. I don't know why he's not joining.
Safe, wait a little longer, okay? I'll just give you a number and contact it right now. The number for the school, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Until he sends it. So today we'll speak about the adjectival clauses. We have spoken previously about the adjective, and we said that the adjective alone names or modifies the noun. When we speak about adjectival clauses, so clause is like a phrase or a little sentence, and when we use it to give the same purpose of the adjective alone, which is modifying a noun or a pronoun. To modify a noun or a pronoun. And while doing so, we'll speak about how those adjective clauses are used. But first, we need to know that any adjectival clause is a subordinate clause. But I don't understand the meaning of a subordinate clause. What is the meaning of a subordinate clause? A subordinate clause is a clause that starts with a subordinating conjunction. Starts with a subordinating conjunction. And all of these conjunctions make the sentence dependent clause. Dependent clause. So it cannot stand alone. For example, when I say, when I saw safe, comma, I was
Yes, teacher.
walking. Yes?
Yes. May I read it?
Is there any question?
Did you call me?
No. I just giving an example. When I saw safe, comma, I was walking. So the first clause here, when I saw safe. When I saw safe. It cannot stand alone as a sentence. So that's called subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. Okay? Safe, type this number, please. Or just type it in the chat. +966 55 3 7 2 8 3 1. Hello, Muhammad. How are you doing? Safe. Can you see the number in the chat? Guys, anyone who has a problem in in his account or regarding to the school or anything, okay, contact this number directly. Safe, Radi?
Teacher,
Number
did you
right
get
now.
the project? I just sent it today.
Yeah, I got it to here.
Okay, good. I spent
Teacher,
my
can we take revision about the
time finding it.
Can you what?
take a revision
Okay, just let
the
me
last
turn
one?
the page and then we can take the revision. So once again, we speak about page 59 about the adjectival clauses. So adjectival clause. The adjectival clause is a subordinate clause. Subordinate clause means it's a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone as a sentence. And we use it in order to give extra meaning or to modify the noun or the pronoun. They explain what kind or which one are we speaking about. And most of these adjectival clauses begin with the word which, who, whom, whose, that, where, when, because. Okay, all of the subordinate conjunction. Like the example, the tree that dropped its leaves. So that dropped its leaves is what subordinate clause is the second one. So that here tells which tree are we speaking about. For example, in practice number A, we are asked to read each sentence and then to underline the adjectival clause in each one. Like for example, I asked Tony for the jersey that he wore today. So, what are the adjectival clause here?
Jersey.
We're speaking about adjectival clause. Clause like a sentence. But sentence cannot stand alone. Subordinate
Okay,
clause.
the jersey that he wore today.
What is in this sentence identifies the jersey. Which jersey are you speaking about?
That he wore today.
That he wore today. So that he wore today, all of it modifies the jersey. So all of this clause acts like an adjectival clause because it modifies a noun. So it's an adjective, works as an adjective. Law gives points to the people who work extra. For whom is he giving extra points?
The people who work extra.
The people, right? Which people are we speaking about who work?
Who work extra.
Our truck, which is 25 years old, still runs well. What type of truck do you have? So the truck,
12 years old.
25 years old. And of course, number 4, John is the one whom the team relies on. The team relies on me, on whom? On
John.
John. In that one. The cup that client left outside is now filled with rainwater.
Now filled with rainwater.
No. Which cup are you speaking about?
The one that Clint left outside.
So the one that the client left outside. So I have here the cup is now filled with rainwater. That's a complete sentence. But that client left outside, what happened to it? So that's the subordinate clause, and all of this subordinate clause speaks about the cup. So that's the adjectival clause. Mrs. Kim permitted Jay, who put in 10 hours.
Who put in 10 hours?
Who put in 10 hours identifies Jay. That hat that I wear in winter is made of wool.
That I will.
So which hat are you speaking about? The one I'm wearing in winter. Jen, whose opinion I value, is my coach.
Whose opinion I value.
So the same sentence or the main clause is Jen is my coach, and we added whose opinion I value in order to add extra information about Jen. Okay, so simply all the adjectival clause are subordinate clause. Subordinate clause, and all of these subordinate clauses cannot stand alone. All of these subordinate clauses cannot stand alone as main clauses because they just give us extra information. In practice number B, we are asked to read the sentence and then to combine the sentence by using the adjectival clause. So simply we have two sentences and we need to gather them together in order to make one of them subordinate clause. And the easiest idea or the easiest method to make a sentence a subordinate clause is to add a subordinating conjunction. To make an independent clause a subordinate one, add a subordinating conjunction. For example, Sue likes pears in her smoothies. Her father grows the pears on his farm. So I have here the pears and I also have it in the same sentence. So after the first one, we will include it like this one. Sue likes the pears that her father grows in his farm in her smoothie. And we can here add two commas. But if we added two commas here, we will change that into which. In that case, we're just adding extra information, nothing else. But when we don't add the commas, we can use that. And number two, Angelo attends River High School. River High School has a good science program. So in both sentences, I have River High School.
River High School.
High School. So I'm gonna ellipse the second one. I'm gonna ellipse the comma, and I'll just add the relative pronoun which or that. So Angelo attends River High School, which has a good program or science program. And number three, I recently found my sunglasses in my peach bag. I had lost them last summer. So I have sunglasses in the first clause and them referring to the sunglasses in the second one. So after sunglasses in the first one, of course, we're gonna delete this. So I recently found my glasses that I lost last summer in my peach bag, or which, of course, if we are adding the two commas. Always remember, when you add two commas with the relative pronoun, you cannot use that. But if you do not add the comma, you can use that. Because this is called indirect relative pronoun. And while using the indirect relative pronoun, it's not allowed to replace who or which by that. And number 4, Thurman's family is from Odessa. Thurman likes to spend time in West Texas. So I have Thurman's family and I have Thurman. So it's a possession. So we can say Thurman, whose family is from Odessa, likes to spend time in West Texas. So Thurman, whose family is from Odessa, likes to spend time in West Texas. Last but not least, Sarah acts in plays. She wants to move to Hollywood someday. So I have Sarah and I have she. In order to combine both together, ellipse that, and add all of this sentence directly after Sarah and add the relative pronoun who. So Sarah, who wants to move to Hollywood someday, acts in plays. Or Sarah, who acts in plays, wants to move to Hollywood someday. But of course, the first one is more concise. Got the idea?
Yeah.
Any question about that any longer, guys?
No.
Come on. So now we got the idea of how to identify the adjectival clauses and also how to combine two sentences using adjectival clauses. And once again, while using these adjectival clauses, the easiest way to altern a complete sentence, an independent clause, a main clause, into a subordinate one, you can just add what? The relative pronoun. And the relative pronouns we have are that, which, who, whom, whose, where, when, and you can add subordinating conjunction like although, though, however, because. Okay, all of this, if you add it in front of any sentence, you will make it a subordinate clause. So any question about that anymore?
No.
All right, I'll seek to upload that right now on Platera so that you can know the answer. So LTB, you wanted us to do what? To revise?
He's dead.
LTB. Oh, LTB is dead. Okay, once he come back, we can start our revision. So again, let's see a video about the adjective and the adjectival
The last
clauses.
time we talked, we learned about dependent clauses. And today we're going to take a closer look at those dependent clauses and determine whether they are functioning as adjectives or adverbs. And I know some of you requested that I take myself in an accent of some kind, but I find it too difficult to do. So I had to let go of the Irish brogue, and you're just going to have to put up with old Mrs. Eamon today. All right, let's first look at adverb clauses. When you're looking at a complex sentence and you identify the dependent clause, look at that first word. If it is a subordinating conjunction, then the clause is an adverb clause. It's functioning as an adverb, meaning it's modifying a verb, adjective, or other adverb, somewhere in the sentence. And as a reminder, I have a list of subordinating conjunctions below for you to look at. Here's an example sentence. I visit the United States Capitol whenever I am in Washington, D.C. So first of all, you need to find the independent clause and then the dependent clause. If you look, I visit the United States Capitol is our independent clause. It can stand alone. The subject is I, the verb is visit. This word whenever is our subordinating conjunction, which lets us know our next clause is going to be dependent. The subordinating conjunction will always be found at the beginning of the dependent clause. Because it uses a subordinating conjunction, right away we know it's going to be an adverb clause. But you can also ask yourself, when do you visit? And the answer is whenever I am in Washington, D.C. This clause modifies the verb visit. The next dependent clause we're going to look at is called an adjective clause. An adjective clause describes nouns and pronouns and answers the questions which one, what kind, how much, how many. Adjective clauses use relative pronouns, which there are 5 of, who, whom, whose, which, that, or relative adverbs, when, where, and why.
So the easiest way again to change any clause from independent one into a dependent, just add a relative pronoun or a relative adverb. Who, whom, whose, which, or that, when, where, and why.
Here's our first example sentence. The White House, where every president since 1800 has lived, is our most famous residence. Again, you want to break it up into your independent and dependent clause. So if you look, the White House is our most famous residence, is our independent clause or our main clause. The word where is our relative adverb. And again, it's going to start our dependent clause. Where every president since 1800 has lived is our dependent clause. If you turn that into a question and ask, where does every president live since 1800? The answer is the White House. Our adjective clause is modifying White House, our subject, which is a noun. Here's one more example, this time using a relative pronoun. John Adams was the president who first lived there. Again, separate.
So of course, the second clause, who first lived there, all of it is an adjectival clause referring to the president.
John Adams was the president is our independent clause. Who first lived there is our dependent clause. Who is our relative pronoun. And again, you can ask a question, who first lived there? Well, the answer is John Adams. John Adams is a noun, so our clause is an adjective clause. All right, make sure you come tomorrow with any questions. And for practice, you can go to this link and take a practice quiz to see how you do. If you're unable to get to it through the link, you can always type in adjective and adverb clause quiz, and you should find several to practice with.
Thank you. So any questions so far, guys, about the adjectival and the adverbial clauses? Oh my God, you're so dead. Okay, let's take the absent. Anyone who will not answer me, I'll take him as an absent. And bingo. Not the 8th, to the 5th. Okay, let's close, come here. Okay. Abdulaziz Ali Sana, answer me, raise your hand, type in the chat. Abdulaziz Sana, absent. Abdul Malik Adib Al Mutir. Abdul Malik, answer me, type in the chat, raise your hand. Otherwise, you will be as an absent. Abdul Malik once, Abdul Malik twice, Abdul Malik absent. Okay, Abdul Rahman is Said. Oh, he's already absent. Ahmad Al Barqan. Ahmad Al Barqan is already absent. Ali Hussein. Mr. Ali. Okay, Ali. Faisal Al Shalan. Faisal Al Shalan. Faisal. Absent. Khalid Al Malki, Khalid Al Utaibi, Khalid Al Khalil.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, that's Al-Malki, OTB, and Khalifa.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
That's Khalifa, OTB. Okay. Khalid Al-OTB, absent. مشعل الدوخي، محمد العتيبي، محمد الفالح، محمد الخياط. مشعل, raise your hand, type in the chat or answer me. محمد عتيبي, محمد فالح, محمد خياط, the same. Okay, Muhammad al-Khayat is already absent. That's great. Muhammad al-Farah doesn't answer. OTB doesn't answer. Mish'al doesn't answer. Okay. Muhammad Rami Saidi already absent.
Teacher, did you call my name?
Finally. Where were you, Muhammad?
Hamid Atebe. I was with my family.
Nawaf is still with us? Okay, Nawaf. Usama, absent. Safe. I believe he still didn't solve the problem. Saleh Al-Anzi, absent. Thamer Al-Kulib, I did not hear you, Thamer, today. Hello, Thamer. Okay, then. Turki Al-Shamrani, Zuhair, and Hussein. Turki, Zuhair, Hussein.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's Hussein. Turki and Zuhair. All right, Turki, absent. Zuhair, absent.
Teacher. No, I'm here. I couldn't unmute. My mouse got delayed.
Your mouse. Okay.
It's not my mic.
Okay. No, I meant absent, actually. My voice is delayed. Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik. Huh? Anyone before we close the session? He means that he hears my voice later, after you guys hear it. Perhaps this happens when there's a problem in his internet connection. So, anyone else from those students who might take an absent? All right, great. That's it for today. If you have any question, have no hesitation to ask me right now, especially for
Teacher Abdul Malik is here.